Culture. Culture is comprised of attitudes, values, meanings, and belief methods shared by a particular group of people. I chose culture because I liked more to know about it. Also, for every group of people, there is a culture different from others, and I have curiosity to learn more about it. Dress code, it's linked to the culture of UAE, and because the culture of UAE, the dress should be decent in public place. Characters of culture. First, culture is learned. We learn from our parents through inculturations to wear some dress. For example, for that, UAE people learn to wear kandora for males and abaya for females. Then, culture is shared. In UAE, we shared most of cultures, especially on the celebrations. For example, for that, wedding celebrations, all males should wear kandora and the groom should wear besht.
Social psychology is the scientific study of how people's thoughts, feelings, and behavior are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of others. I have chosen to talk about social psychology because I am impressed of how feelings and thoughts can influence the behavior of someone. I'm going to talk about two characteristics. The first one is generalized other and significant other. Let me begin with the generalized other. Well, as individual grows and mature, they take on many roles on many situations. They see themselves through society eyes and through the eyes of those the closest to them. So, for example, those who follow fashion and wear colorful abayas, despite the confusion among their tradition or not. Significant others, those people who develop their social self through the eyes of one special person or special group. For example, people who like a specific person and relate themselves and wear as they wear. For example, those who love the TV presenter Alia Shimri and like to wear like she wears. The second characteristic is self-concept. Self-concept is how someone thinks about or perceives themselves, and it can be affected by family, education, culture, or gender or relationships. For example, those who see themselves in the mirror and they relate their characteristics and thoughts and feelings and they act on this base. For example, the tomboy group.
Economies. Economies study social behavior, how individuals decide to use scarce resources to fulfill their wants. I chose economies because economy is an important element, and it's very important to the country and the investor of the country. The first characteristic I choose is opportunity cost. As we all know, UAE has a strong economy, which attracts foreigners, investors. But with dress code and laws in public place which developed by UAE, maybe some investors prefer not to come to the UAE, so they advance the available investment opportunities. The second characteristic is a class theory. In UAE, we have different class, so you can see in public place different kind of clothes, depend on the class of the person who has or her worn this clothes. For example, rich people who belong to capitalist class, most his clothes are from international brands. The opposite of the person who is from worker class or lower.
Hi, my part is talking about sociology, and sociology is the study of human behavior in social context and the study the way individual and group behavior and how this behavior it will impact on the running of our society. I chose sociology because it's important in topic because it look at the structure of society and how its components and organization fit together. Also, it helps us to understand how organization can help to socialize an individual in society, and this therefore provide good situation into why we have different culture. Also, sociology is good for comparing societies in the past, those that we have now, and it look at the people and analyze it from different views. And the two characteristics I chosen, one conflict and the other the interactionism. First, I will explain about conflict. Conflict it's mean the stranger between a group in society over a scarce resource, and how conflict can hold that social order to maintain by domination and power. For my example, I will talk about how the teenager not believable to wearing an abaya while they going out, but some family want them to dress it, and other structuralism, which I chose the interactionism. Interactionism is the small picture about not society but smaller groups and individuals. And for my example, it's talking about the some family, they still use the traditional clothes in public way, and they wear it like a long dress rather the other can wearing whatever they